Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very exciting episode of The Company Lot. I'm taking a break from the work on my current magnum opus, and if you follow my community page, we've had a deep philosophical discussion about what a magnum opus is. That's besides the point. Today's episode is special to me. I have been holding on to it for a while. It's a recording I did with the one and only Boston Rob. Boston Rob is a decorated monster in the game of Survivor. He's competed 5 times and he's known for being absolutely cutthroat. Boston Rob has so much game, he met his now wife on the show Survivor, and they have 4 children. His ability to play mind games didn't stop with Survivor. He recently competed on the show Traitors and is an avid poker player. Now, if I say mind control, you might think of a couple things. You might think of TikTok, you might think of the CIA, or you just might think of a guy from Boston who's done very well on Survivor. Today we have the veteran, well-known, infamous Boston Rob. If you're not a fan of Survivor, you will be after this, because this is one of the most prolific competitors in the Survivor franchise. Are you still the longest running competitor?
Yes,
yeah.
I am.
You still hold that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
25 years.
Yeah.
I just got off the island to do this interview.
Yeah. He's been on the island for 25 years, guys. He has literally survived it all. No, what is it, like over 100 days, 130
I think
days?
155, maybe?
Yeah, which is
Don't
insane.
quote me on that, but
Yeah.
I think it was 5 times. 6 if you count the other. The other one doesn't really count, but 5 times over the course of 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
I have so many questions. You've kind of we've made sure we don't try to get into stuff you've already talked about, but
Yeah.
there's a ton I want to talk about with you in that respect, but we can get the obvious out of the way. I think everyone should know we are both a little bit tired. Because you just, okay,
Yeah.
before we say another word, everyone should know that we're both a bit tired.
This is our best.
Yes, this is our best, which is pretty good considering,
Yeah.
I just came from Australia and
Oh, wow.
I have a brand new 5-month-old. So, yeah.
And I came from Florida, so
yes.
as tired,
Yes.
equally as tired.
And this man has 4 children, so.
With 4 children.
Yeah, so-
Teenagers that take care of themselves.
Yes, he's been tired
I think you got a leg up on me. Australia with a 5-month-old, Florida with 4 teenagers. Yeah.
No, but I think when you have kids, you're permanently tired for at least a decade.
Yeah.
So you've lost some sleep for some time.
I mean, I feel like I've been pretty lucky.
Have you?
Yeah. I have all girls.
Yeah.
Which I know it's coming, the craziness. it's a little crazy now living in a house with 5 women,
Yeah.
But
dude.
really, they battle with my wife more than they battle with me.
Right.
So, so far, I've had it pretty good.
So are you, in context of you and your wife, are you good cop most of the time?
Oh, yeah. Every time I get home, it's why do you got to be the fun dad?
Yeah.
It's you can be the fun mom.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling you not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do. I travel a lot, so I come home, and it's daddy's home,
Yeah.
and
So you have
I
the
love
best
that.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah. We are here on you're the first person we've put on this brand new set, so we're very stoked about
It's
that.
nice, dude. I
Thank
like
you,
it.
man. Thank you.
Did you choose the colors?
I did.
Blue's nice, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brings out your brown eyes.
Thank you. It was on purpose. You see, guys, the charm from Boston Rob is real. He's
Yeah.
even putting it on me right now.
There we go.
Yeah, he's gonna convince me to give him the whole studio for free.
Well, just when you're not using it, we'll make a deal later.
You're pretty good at making deals, man. So for people that don't know, you should go watch old Survivor because it's awesome. And you've talked about this, but you were on the show when you could actually die.
Yeah. I mean, there was a point where they told us the 4th season was my first season,
Yeah.
which was a second year. To give people context, they're about to do their 49th and 50th season. So
Yeah.
it's been on for 25 years.
And you're doing the 50th for sure.
I mean, probably not.
No, I'm joking.
So I remember them saying if you're standing on the edge of a cliff and you're going to fall off and die, we're going to reach out and grab you to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right.
But if you're standing on the edge of the cliff and you're going to fall off and break your leg, we're going to let you fall and we're going to film it and then we'll come help you.
They said this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like it was so hardcore back
Yeah.
in the day. The doctor, like I remember I had an infection in my foot. The guy's like, "Oh yeah, that looks bad. Well, rub some dirt on it, you'll be okay." You know, like this is 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was part of the experience, the actual survival part of it.
Yeah.
Now it's so much less than that. They're in Fiji every week. You know, I mean, probably for the better. You know, you don't have people like leaving the game because they have dysentery and like going home with parasites, which is a real thing and did happen.
Yeah.
And the game's changed and evolved over time, like that survival aspect, even the physical strength aspect, how well you outdo it, the challenges. It's kind of been phased out, and it's become more of a strategic and social game than that physical survival game.
Do you think that's because the show got so big? It's like the lawsuits are maybe.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things, you know, like logistics for sure. You know, they're shooting the show twice a year. It takes a lot of time, a lot of people, and a lot of money to ship what is an entire set halfway across the world from location to location. So they found a really great location in Fiji. So they're in the Mamanuca Islands. They're set, you know, like they have their crew of, it's still a huge crew.
Oh,
it's like
massive team to pull that off. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's more of I don't know, a business, you know, it runs itself now.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It honestly is like, you know, because when you make a show, when you make media, it's so hard to make something that lasts. And to go from what you experienced, which was probably like a very crazy concept at the time, you know, in terms of business and creative and even the risk of like, oh yeah, we're just going to put, you know, 20 people out in the middle of nowhere and it should be interesting, right? Because it's a lot of like investment to gamble even on that idea.
Well, it's amazing, like, if you know the story, the backstory of the show.
Yeah, I think you should tell it.
Well, it got... I have heard the backstory of the show several times, but I don't know it firsthand, so forgive me if it's off. But as I understand it, Mark Burnett, the guy who created the show, took it to all the studios in Hollywood. They all turned him down, every one of them. And he went back to CBS a second time and figured out a way to deficit finance it in order for a piece of the back end, which is unheard of. He was one of the first that did it.
Interesting.
And they took a shot, but he had a lot of skin in the game.
Yeah.
He believed in it. And I think the reason why it's been on 50 years is truly the format is genius. You know, it's repeatable, but the way they cast the show, they do it in a way where the audience relates to different characters on the show. They want to root for people. They want to root against people.
Yeah.
I think if you have a format that works and you cast it in a way that it like it's truly one of the last shows that was like water cooler talk, appointment television. People sat down on it's Wednesday now, but it used to be Thursday nights to watch it. And at the time, Friends was the #1 show. It was on NBC. I think they were paying the actor and actresses $1 million an episode, which was unheard of. And then all of a sudden, Survivor beat them in the ratings, and it was just like, I remember that first season got 51 million viewers
concurrently,
which is insane. Yeah. So it was a different time, but truly, like the success of the show is definitely the format, and of course, like the host, Jeff Probst.
Oh yeah.
I mean, from the beginning, the guy's never missed an episode. He's an absolute legend. And I think
I love all the parodies of Jeff too. When people joke about how harsh he can be. Just, you know, mid challenge, he's like, hey, looking kind of weak.
Mean, he's so hardcore, and like when I get out there, like Jeff and I like have had a friendship over the years, you know, and whenever I would play, it would be like he would have to be extra hard on me. Because just to like not show any bias.
Of course.
And I'd be at tribal council and I'd be giving him a look like, what the
what's your problem?
What are you doing, bro? Like, you're killing me. You know, and he just looked back and I knew he knew, and I was like, I get it, you know. But
I was always curious, you know, because I have many good friends from the East Coast, and I feel like if you're getting your balls busted, there's no way you're backing down. At least if you're from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Was it like, were there moments where Jeff's giving you heat and you're like, oh, buddy?
Jeff's from Kansas originally.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So like, but there was another kid, Colby, who was like their big like breakout star in season 2.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's from Texas actually, but he was like, you know, East Coast, West Coast at the time. He moved to LA, was trying to be an actor.
Yeah.
And he and I went at it
Yeah.
a bunch. But yeah, there's definitely a lot to be said from like the East Coast, West Coast, you know, rivalry.
Yeah. We have a lot of people in the studio are massive Survivor fans, so they're very stoked about this. They gave me a bunch of questions. I feel like one of them is the funniest out of all that they sent. And I think now's a good time to bring it up. They want to know, when you win, do they hand you a check or is it direct deposit?
Yeah. I don't know what they do now. Back in the day, they give you a check.
That's crazy.
And not only that, but they gave you like one of those big, really cool, like you just won the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Like huge, like novelty checks.
Yeah. Did you keep yours?
I still have it. Yeah. I just recently moved about a year ago and I found it in the garage. And I found my wife's also has one.
Yes.
And even though they're for the same amount, mine was actually bigger than hers. So I'm thinking about framing them and putting them somewhere in our living room.
Oh, yeah. For context, folks, Rob met his wife on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you should tell. I don't want to retell your story, but some people I know, they don't know.
It's crazy. So, like, my wife originally was on the 2nd season of the show. I was on the 4th season. And it was the 8th season they decided to do an all-star version of the show where they brought back not necessarily the best, but the most memorable characters. And during that season, her and I, for lack of a better anything, we fell in love.
Yeah.
And at the finale, I asked her to marry me before they announced who the winner was. We were the final 2. So for context of people that don't know how the show works, you compete against each other. And then eventually it's down to 2 people. And the people that you have previously voted off come back and decide, out of the people that are left, who's going to be the winner. Well, I had irritated everybody that season to the point of, like, I think they wanted to kill me. But I feel like I played the best game, too.
Yeah.
And when it came down to the vote, I didn't know, like, how it was going to be. So, before they announced who the winner was, I asked her to marry me.
Right.
And some people would say it's the greatest hedge in history.
Of course.
Because she ended up winning.
Yeah.
But
imagine how hard they would have crucified you if you ended up leaving her.
I mean, for 10 years, I had to hear about it in my own house. Like, well, I was the winner. I was the winner.
Tough.
And then I finally won, too. So I got that off.
And you got the bigger check.
And I got technically it did because I got $100,000 for player of the.
Right.
It was something else.
Right.
But next week we'll celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary.
Dude, congratulations.
So yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
To think
man.
about that.
Yeah.
Born on an island. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all my kids because of it. So I owe a lot to Survivor. I don't forget where I got started. More recently, been having a lot of fun, back in action doing these other shows.
Oh, dude, yeah. I watched the season of The Traitors.
Traitors was unbelievable. Last season, Deal or No Deal Island.
Yeah.
So it's like I took a lot of time away from that and kind of focused on like construction. I did a renovation show. Like that's my passion.
Yeah.
But now being back in the game, it's kind of like, little fire again. Where
of course.
Want to go and compete.
Yeah.
It's hard though now because everybody, they all know me and it's hard to show up to these things without a huge target.
I was thinking, because there's so many, people are trying to create like different formats, different game shows. And there's one on Netflix. I forget what it's called. It's like The Circle or something. I don't know, but it's masked.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that and I thought about guys like you, like someone needs to come out with a format where people like you who are sort of notorious from
doing different things, not have their identity revealed.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
When they started Traitors this season, they put me in the mask.
Yes.
And then they revealed me to see if I wanted to go into the game. I always thought it would have been better if they never revealed me and like this is the player that wants to enter the game, you can eliminate someone right now if you want to.
Right.
Then maybe you see like Brittany, Danielle go at it, try to get each other, and then they see me, they're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it must have. I always thought that this season was funny because cutting you in there, cutting you loose, I'm like, that was just like a shark with a bunch of fish to me. And just unfair in ways.
But it's also like when you have so there are other people that I played with Jeremy and Tony. You know, anytime you put people that have played these games together and bring them back, there's history.
Yeah.
And even if it's not direct history, even if you haven't actually played with them, which I did with those two, but there's reputation and perception.
Yeah.
And that leads so much. That dictates, remember, always, emotion dictates action. It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
So like Carolyn, who I never even met, had a feeling about me because of what she's seen on TV.
Yeah.
For all these years.
Yeah.
So, of course, she's going to be scared to work with me. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to look like, you know, somebody that's being taken advantage of, the sheep. So that added to, you know, the issues that I had out there with certain people.
I think you still did great. I mean, you know, you like definitely there were everyone knows it, but there were so many moments where as the viewer you're thinking, I mean, you have to know it's Rob. And you were able to just kind of like dodge it. It's pretty insane, man.
Yeah, I remember Chriselle when she first it was so great. Like, we were in the castle for the first time, and I was sitting on a couch, and she was, like, sitting right there. And I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm Rob. It's nice to meet you. And she was, like, just sitting there, like, paralyzed in fear. She was like, I know who you are. My family is going to kill me if I talk to you. I was like, what? I was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I promise I don't bite. And she's like, no. And I don't know. She's been so great since. Like, it's funny. That was the one thing that like I really took away from traders was becoming friends and meeting people that normally I wouldn't even interact with, you know. But Chriselle was great. Dylan's great.
Yeah. You and Dylan.
Dylan's my guy,
nice
dude. Yeah. And then Nikki and Sierra, like just random, like not hardcore competitive reality people. Yeah. You know, that you come in contact with. And then even Bob the drag queen, you know, at the end of it when it was over, he was really cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now, at this point, you might be really engaged. You might be really excited about all the things that I'm saying. And so now I think is a good moment to thank a couple advertisers. I want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Factor. For me, eating healthy isn't a willpower problem, it's a setup problem, until I found Factor, that is. Factor solves any setup problems with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs delivered right to your door. With Factor, I'm hitting my nutrition goals this season without planning, grocery runs, or cooking. Ready in 2 minutes, no planning, no cooking. I love the creamy Parmesan chicken for a protein punch after a workout. Every meal is crafted with functional ingredients, lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole foods, and healthy fats. Factor bans over 175 ingredients, no artificial colors or sweeteners or high fructose corn syrup, no refined seed oils, just nutrient-dense food. Meals that fit your goals and schedule, healthier eating, calorie management, more protein. My favorite is the creamy Parmesan chicken. Fresh, never frozen, over 100 rotating weekly meals, including globally inspired flavors like Mediterranean and Asian. So there's always something new to look forward to. Try the newly launched ready-to-eat salads with vibrant ingredients like elote corn and miso edamame. Plus, 70-plus add-ons to round out your nutrition, from green juices to peanut butter energy bites. Factor shops, preps, cooks, and delivers straight to your door so you have more time for everything you love this spring. If I had needed this product, it's what I would use. Head over to factormeals.com/lot50off and use code LOT50off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only while supplies last until 9/27/2026. See website for more details. I want to take a break to thank Shopify for sponsoring this episode. Picture this, it's late at night and you're scrolling through your feeds when all of a sudden you see it, that one product that you've been looking for. You click on the link, add to cart, maybe even shop around a little bit more before finally hitting checkout. As you're filling in your address, you realize you don't have your card anywhere near you. That's when you see it, the purple pay button that has all of your information saved, making checking out as simple as a simple tap of your screen. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Now, you might be thinking, what if I get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. It also helps boost conversions, meaning less carts going abandoned and more sales for you. See less carts go abandoned and more sales go with Shopify and their purple Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/companylot. Go to shopify.com/companylot. That is shopify.com/companylot. Yeah, I think, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. Because you and, we keep referring to Rob's wife, but her name's Amber.
Yes.
Yeah, just so everybody knows. But I was curious, this is like really random. So I imagine you definitely have family game night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are we going with this? No.
But my question is, do you and mom, as mom and dad, former competitors, do you hold back or do you let the girls experience the full gaming mind of both parents?
I think Amber, as a mom, is always thinking about the well-being of the children.
Sure.
I could care less. I have never let them win anything that comes to games, sports, golf, tennis, anything.
Nothing.
And I always tell them, if you beat me, then you really beat me.
Right.
So you should be proud of it.
Right.
But and they're all competitive in their own ways. But my youngest daughter, Adelina, she's 10 now. She's on another level.
Fierce.
She has it.
Okay.
Like, I can remember we played Clue, and I've told this story before.
So this is so funny. I was going to bring up Clue. So this is great. Continue.
We played Clue. This was while we were living in the old house, so at least 3 or 4 years ago. So at the time, she was maybe 6.
Yeah.
And we're playing, and she didn't just bluff, she set up a bluff. So it was like a multifaceted, advanced move. And I caught it, and I was like, no way did she mean to do that. You know what I mean? And it went over Amber's head. It went over all the other kids' head. And I looked at her, and I was like, Adelina, did you just? And she goes, yeah. I said that so you would think that, but then I did that, but it was actually the other thing. And I was like, oh, my God, we got a killer on our hands. Yeah, it was wild. And my oldest daughter, Lucia, like, I remember when she was little, when she was like 2, she's trying to stack the deck and go fish. And I was like, no, you can't do that.
Right.
That's against the rules.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But, it's pretty competitive, everything. We were playing horse basketball the other day in front of the house, and it's always, turns into a competition.
Oh, sure. So you think the youngest definitely has a shot if you were to put her on Survivor in 15 years?
I mean, I don't know. These kids, they haven't missed a meal. Like, forget it if they don't have a snack. So I don't know that they could actually handle that part of it. But I think she'll crush in the world of business or whatever she does, negotiating. There's a lot of the same lessons from that show can be applied to, like, life and business and relationships, What
do you think the biggest thing for you that you took away from, I guess, your entire Survivor experience, would you say? I mean, it's probably hard to narrow it down to one, but maybe just a couple of the things that were like, I don't know, maybe change you as a person slightly?
I mean, I really feel like I've evolved with the show and with all of these shows and these experiences over time.
Yeah.
When I first did it, I was 25 years old.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
The first time I went out there, I wasn't even thinking about winning.
Yeah.
I really was like, go to an island in the South Pacific, girls in bikinis. I was working construction in Boston in the winter.
Yeah.
It was November. It was cold.
Yeah.
I was there to have a good time.
Yeah.
But I knew from the very beginning, that first season I played, I understood the strategy.
Yeah.
And I felt like I understood it even better than maybe some of the producers in terms of, like, the numbers aspect of the game, the psychological aspect of the game. I got a lot of heat. There was this guy, he was like the all-American fighter pilot dude. His name was Hunter. And they were like, why would you get rid of Hunter? But in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, as long as this guy's here, how am I going to win?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what was seen as, maybe crazy at the time and unorthodox, like, I feel like I really understood it. And I think they saw that in me, and that's why they brought me back. At the same time, when I went back for the next one, which was the All-Star one, I really kind of like just no holds barred.
Yeah.
And didn't take into account the people's feelings, and at the end expected them to give me the win.
Yeah.
Which, it was another lesson I learned, that you have to consider the people's emotions and the psychological aspect. You can't just go slit their throat and be like, yeah, I got you, and then it's over.
Yeah.
You saw like Russell Hantz did that time and time again, and he still didn't understand that.
Yeah.
So I really think and then finally I played again in Heroes and Villains. I got sidetracked and then finally ended up winning, and it all came together.
Yeah.
But I think evolving with each season and understanding and learning and growing as a person, like different aspects of my life. Then I was married, then I had kids.
Right.
You see the game through the other contestants' eyes.
Yeah. And
that perspective, I think, is really important, and a lot of people are not able to do it.
Yeah, it's funny, like developing. I guess you would like to assume that. I don't know if you describe that as empathy, but like being able to, because when you're young, it's hard to see yourself in other people, I guess, and that I guess.
Not even so much seeing yourself and other people, but
that's
seeing the motivation through their eyes. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a tough thing when you're younger, especially.
Yeah, you're self-centered.
Yeah, you
and
can't.
That's normal. Like as a 25-year-old kid, you're thinking about your own best interests.
Yeah.
And that's it. But this is a little bit twisted, but if you really want to learn how to manipulate someone, you have to understand from their point of view, their motivation.
Yeah.
Once you know what their motivation is, then you can twist it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because there's 18, 20 people out here. We're all playing these games, whatever it is, Survivor, Traders, everything, right?
Yeah.
We all have the same objective at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we know your motivation is to win, but what's really behind it? What really drives it?
Yeah.
Different people are motivated by different things.
Yeah.
Some people are super ego driven, like a contestant like Coach, pat him on the back. He's the best, Coach. Yeah, you're a warrior, you're a champion. And then you got him. Some people are super cerebral and logic driven. So you need to present something that's going to make sense to them in terms of okay, logically, if we do this, this, and this, okay, that sounds good. I want to get on board with that. Some people are really emotionally driven, and they need to feel like you want to work with them,
right?
And you're their partner. And everybody's different. And I think being able to identify what's going to drive someone really quickly, because you have to stereotype, you just meet them, you have to know right away, and being able to do that accurately, if you're able to, you have a huge leg up on the competition.
When do you feel like, because maybe in your first season, you kind of have this instinct, but I feel like over time, as you're evolving, it starts to become a bit more intentional.
Yeah.
When do you feel like that really congealed for you? If you can
I
call
think
it.
it all came together really in Heroes and Villains. I had it on lock. Tyson made a weird vote, and it got me out. But I think my whole life, being from Boston, being East Coast, working in construction, you got to be sharp or you're going to get eaten up.
Yeah.
The guys I worked with every day, nobody was giving you pats on the back for, hey, good job.
Yeah.
Everything I did was wrong all the time. So you better be able to handle a little sarcasm.
Yeah.
Which is weird now with social media, because sarcasm does not translate online.
Of course.
You learn that real quick. But on the television screen, I learned that I could act one way with the other competitors, and then you can sit, in your interview, and you can let the audience into what you're really thinking.
Yeah.
And that's like, such a release because it's like if it didn't hit in the moment, now you get an opportunity to explain yourself.
Yeah. And
yeah.
to that point, this is also very random and probably not seemingly related. In those first seasons of Survivor, because reality TV, or maybe specifically Survivor, was made very differently then. Because cameras now, they're so advanced.
Oh yeah, there was shadows on people's faces back then. Everything, no lighting. Yeah, it was real.
The first question I had is, was there ever like conversations you had in the bushes and in the edit? They're like, "Hey man, we need you to voice over."
In Survivor, never.
So that's incredible.
Survivor has never
That's
done
incredible.
that.
Yeah.
They've never done a retake, a walk-in,
Amazing.
nothing. Yeah.
Amazing.
And I always say that, like, they've always, and Deal or No Deal Island is so great. Like, they're in their second season, but they have adapted a lot of what they do over there, too.
Yeah.
Traders are a different kind of show. Traders is more of a production, is more of like making a movie, than it is an all-immersive reality show, competition show.
And I think when people watch Traders, that's kind of what they're wanting anyway, and it's very much built around who you guys are as people.
So like somebody from The Bachelor, like Gabby, whoever, like they're used to that production aspect of it. The gamer people are not.
Right.
Like we're like, hold on. You got to keep people separate. You can't let them talk. You can't do this. You can't do this. And like the guy come up to me, he's like, "Don't worry. I think we know what we're doing. We've been doing this for 3 years now." I was like, "I've been doing this 25 years, bro. Like, stop. Don't tell me you know." Tony's like up there, like looking down, like trying to see who's coming when. And
yeah. You and Tony must have been, eyes in the back of your head from the second you touched down.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing I wanted to ask is, when in those early seasons of Survivor, were guys just like standing around with cameras like near you, or did you not really see them?
No, you see everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Survivor, like I said, it's 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
They have crews that are there through the night.
Yeah.
They do 12-hour shifts, 12 on, 12 off.
Yeah. Cameramen
on the beach, separate cameramen for challenges, separate cameramen for tribal council.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe they switch, but you're 24/7, you're there. You see them there.
Yeah.
But very quickly, you realize they don't talk to you.
Of course.
They will not answer a question. They won't eat in front of you. There's none of that.
Yeah.
But you don't forget that they're there, but you just ignore it. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
So it
doesn't really interfere with what's going on.
It doesn't interfere with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the one show that, like, it just, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And they make the story after.
Yeah.
Which, credit to the storytelling team, because, I always thought it would be a good exercise to, like, retell the story through a different editor's point of view.
Yeah.
During COVID, they weren't sure, like, if they were going to be able to go out there. And I remember having a conversation with Jeff. It was right after season 40, that Tony won. And I was like, you guys have so much footage that you never use. It would be so cool to recut the show. The results are going to be the same, but you could tell the story differently
would be
with
super
unseen
interesting.
footage.
Yeah. Would be super interesting.
Because a lot gets left on the cutting room floor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and at this point, you have how many just like hours and hours of, would be super, like, very interesting, at least for anyone that's a fan of the show. But I bet there's even tons of stories you could tell just from like the psychology of being on a show like that, like the experience, like just the very human experience of doing that. Yeah, definitely.
You gotta be a sicko. Yeah, go out there, subjected to it multiple times for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of sick, you play a lot of poker.
Yeah.
Yeah. People who listen to the show this long, I have not had the opportunity to actually jam with someone on poker. So I'm going to bore them for the next 5 minutes.
Oh,
this is their worst nightmare.
Okay.
But yeah, I love playing. I've lost so much money in my 20s playing poker, But you're playing. How often are you playing? I would say I wanted to ask, like, in the last year, are you playing once a week, twice a week when you can?
I play when I can now. I mean, I'm pretty busy.
Yeah, of course.
But I love the game. I started playing when I was a kid. My grandfather taught me 5-card stud.
Yeah.
And then through, like, I've always loved action, like gamble on tennis and this, like ridiculous stuff growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
But I think it was probably like 2003, 2004, Chris Moneymaker, when he won the World Series of Poker. Online poker was huge in the States.
Yeah.
Amber and I had just, got engaged on Survivor, and I was kind of immersed into this world, and I really liked it. And I met Daniel Negreanu, who is like, hardcore.
Yeah.
Like
for those
top
who don't know,
of the food chain.
Yes, one of the
GOAT.
Yeah. One of the best poker players of all time.
Yeah.
Vegan. So you
Vegan,
if you say vegans aren't competitive, I know one.
He is. Every time I'm with him, we go to dinner, I order a big steak just to get him. But
that's another Rob lesson. Make friends with a successful poker player.
The only way to truly make a good friend is to irritate them.
Yeah.
And if they're still friends after, then you got a friend.
Yes.
Yes. Life lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you met Daniel.
So we ended up doing a show together. Man, it's a crazy story, but we ended up going to an event in Costa Rica. It's a long story, but we got raided by the Costa Rican federales.
Can you talk about it?
I can. I mean, you want me to tell the story?
Yeah, of course.
So at the time,
not everyone gets raided by the feds.
Yeah, this is a wild. So there was an online poker site, and it was called Bodog. And at the time, they had tons of money.
Yeah.
And they invited me. They were doing $1 million giveaway celebrity tournament in Costa Rica. So I went down there. It was like half professionals, celebrities, and then regular people that won their entries or earned their entries into it. And they were having a welcome party at his compound in Costa Rica. And at the same time that this tournament was going on, the evening news here back in the States ran a story about this guy from Canada. His name was Calvin Ayre. He just profited over $1 billion in a 6-month period of time with this new online gambling, online poker, and they weren't sure whether it was legal or not. This is post 9/11. There was a bill passed by Congress called whatever it was. It was like to protect our ports and money laundering, and they attached the online poker that made online poker technically illegal. So they ran this story about him on the news that same night. We're having this party in Costa Rica with all these poker players, and the Costa Rican government's like, this guy just made $1 billion and he's in our country right now running this tournament. And it was a shakedown.
Yeah.
They came in full riot gear, like machine guns, everything. Nobody like it wasn't but we weren't allowed to leave until they got their bribe. So at the time, Daniel and I were in his gym. It was like a boxing gym he had on this compound. And we were talking, and Daniel was a big fan of Survivor, and I was telling him how I like poker, and we came up with this idea to do a poker show together where he mentored me and taught me how to play poker. So left Costa Rica, went home, told Amber we're moving to Vegas, and we did the show, and we've been friends ever since.
That's incredible. Yeah.
So
if I guess that's one way to bond. During a Fed raid.
Yeah, it was wild. Like, we couldn't go anywhere, and we're just talking and, shooting the shit. And next thing you know, it's like, man, this would be a good idea for a TV show. He goes, let's do it. I said, okay.
Oh, while they're going through the guy's safe.
Yeah,
And
they just wanted some money. They got their money, and
they just
life went on. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make this show, but you've just been playing poker maybe your whole life.
So, yeah, I've always loved it. So then I started playing more and more, and I've had some success. When the kids were little, I took some time off.
Yeah.
The game changed. It evolved. Poker's changed over the years.
Yeah.
Just like everything. And about a year or two ago, I started to, take it more seriously and got reintroduced to it. A guy who runs a mid-stakes poker tour by the name of Tana Karn. He runs a Run Good tour. So I was like an ambassador for them for a while. I've worked with, Poker Stars, WSOP, all the big tours, Poker Go. And I play recreationally now, but I still compete to win.
Yeah.
And I'm like I just told you, I'm going to Ireland next week to play the Irish Open.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I've never been to Ireland, so gonna have fun doing that.
Yeah, I got to play this week actually for the first time in a long time. Felt so good.
What do you play cash games or tournaments?
Yeah,
cash games.
Just 2-5.
2-5.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot. 2-5 is like you gotta advance past 2-5 or you're gonna be stuck there forever.
Yeah.
That's like the.
Yeah.
And do you play Omaha or do you play Hold'em or
I just hold them.
Hold'em?
Yeah.
Do you play at a casino or a Hold'em game?
Normally casinos, but if I could. So a guy I grew up with, shout out my guy Clark. If you see this, he won a satellite bracelet back in the day. We were super young. He was like early 20s, and he picked up a satellite bracelet. It was like crazy. We were, And then a couple guys I went to high school with actually have done really well in the WPT. But yeah, I mainly just stuck to like casino cash games. I've played a handful of tournaments. I've always wanted to like get into the higher stakes.
Yeah.
Just never jumped in. So maybe this will be my inspiration.
I mean, well, I'm not telling you like know what you can handle, but like you build up a bankroll.
No, I'm drawing all my money and I'm going
then you
in
take
tonight.
a shot. Yeah, Rob told me to.
Yeah, Rob told me so. That's what I'm gonna say at the table.
There are so many really great lessons from poker that are applied to reality TV that I use and vice versa.
Yeah.
It's a similar skill set.
Yeah.
Some people are math-based. Deal or No Deal Island is a perfect example. It's risk versus reward. Knowing the odds and then making the best decision with limited information.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, if you think of a poker story, a poker hand, or like a reality TV situation with these competition shows, in a hand of poker, the person is telling a story.
Yeah.
Right? They made a bet pre-flop. They're making another bet on the turn. They checked, right? So, and then you have to ask yourself, does that story make sense?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if any point during what they're trying to convey doesn't or does make sense, you make your determination based on it.
Yeah.
Right? But some people can stand more heat than others.
Yeah.
And you have to watch them. You have to understand body language, psychology. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's less about like, I'm going to make a soul read on you. I'm going to look at you and tell you whether you have it or not. And it's more just about like the math and like whether it's a profitable decision or not.
I've never even thought about it like someone telling a story at the table. That's super interesting.
So think about it like this, okay? Just like earlier, we were talking about how to manipulate someone and understand their perception, right?
Yeah.
When you're next time you're at the poker table, think about how the hand's being played and don't think about it through your own lens.
Yeah.
Think about it through your opponent's lens.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what the hell you have. Think about what they probably could have and if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And like just their position stack and all that and like what they're, I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Position's
interesting.
by far the most important thing. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That much I've gotten like much better at. I've also gotten better at, talk about manipulating people. I've gotten good at this thing when I play cash games. I'll openly bomb bets and I'll kind of demonstrate looseness.
Yeah, so aggression.
Yeah.
Aggression is usually like if as long as it fits the persona and you can keep it up, then it's good.
Yeah.
So like with the reality TV competition, I can only play one way.
Yeah.
I'm never going to go there and play the game where I sit back and just, be a coattail rider or whatever happens. We're really like that's the optimal way to play traders.
Sure.
Right? Is to be quiet. Like Brittany did a great job this season, the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth, don't say anything. The problem is it doesn't make for great TV. It really doesn't. They're like in conflict with each other. But optimally, that's the way to play is to be quiet, not make a lot of waves.
Yeah.
At the poker table, you don't want to play passive.
Yeah.
If you're a passive player, if you know that's your personality, if you're risk averse, you need to play a game like limit poker.
Yeah.
No limit poker is not for you.
Yeah.
No limit poker favors aggression, but timed, well-timed aggression.
Yeah.
You can't just have your foot on the gas the whole time.
No.
Because eventually you're going to get caught.
Yeah. My thing is I like, so this now anyone that just runs into me at a casino, now you know. But I'll try to.
Now that we've lost all the viewers.
Yes.
Only the degenerates are left.
Yeah.
My people.
Good to see you. All the sickos that have stuck around.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I like manipulating people. I love poker. Yeah, do this. No, my thing is I'll start out being like, oh man, I don't care, and I'll openly muck like 9-6 off, and I love chasing.
Yeah.
That's not that bad, but like, or 7-5 or whatever, but I'll make a point that whenever I bet, I'll still dial it back and get serious. So whether or not after the hand I'm like demonstrating being loose, but always I try to maintain like in the hand a certain level of seriousness, because then I think that element has always worked for me where I can't be read as easily.
Do you usually play with the same people all the time, or are they different
No,
people?
so it's always strangers, but if I had a group, I'd love to play a bit more actively.
So if you're playing with different people every time, you have to look at like the whole situation, look at how much money they have on the table, how they stack their chips, whether they're winning and losing. Like people that are winning generally play better than people that are losing.
Yeah.
You know what tilt is, right?
Of course.
You start making bad decisions.
Yeah.
One bad decision leads to another bad decision leads to another. Like, I mean, that's in life, that's like that a lot.
Very true.
And if you start small and make good decisions, then you continue to make good decisions. What you can't do is make good decisions and one bad thing happens because of chance or variance or luck. You have to understand the odds before you go in.
Yeah.
It's like people that play these games, they go in, there's 20 people there. You have a 5% chance of winning. You have a 1 in 20 shot to win before the game started.
Yeah.
Even if you're the best player out there, maybe your equity's double. Maybe you have a 10%. There's still 90% chance you're not going to win.
Yeah.
So you can't lose your mind after the game's over and you don't win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yet some of these people, like, they hold on to it. And I promise, if you take any person that's played any of these shows that has not won and they're not introspective, they will tell you the exact minute, the exact one thing, if one thing changed, how they would have been the winner.
That's very interesting.
Which we always know it's not true, because like one thing would have led to another. It might have let you one more day, but they don't have the perception to be able to see past the one thing that got them out.
When you, I guess in those first 3 seasons of Survivor, this is, I think, relevant. When you, I guess, got voted off, were you immediately introspective about the game? Like,
yeah, I mean, the first season I was just having,
yeah.
The second season, I mean, I didn't win, but I won.
Yeah, right.
I got the girl in the money.
Yeah.
The third season with Tyson, I did nothing wrong. He was like, he made a mistake.
Yeah.
In the fourth season, I won.
Yeah.
When I went back for Winners at War, before I even got out there, truthfully, I knew like I had such a reputation that like it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But I still went and fought and tried to win.
Yeah.
But it was more like, they've given me so much over my lifetime, this show, I have to respect it and go back and play for the 40th season.
You just
which
seem
I
very
did.
even about how you kind of take all these things, which is...
Well, I think like that makes like a good poker player too. You have to be, you have to see it for what it is.
Yeah. Were you always able to do that in life?
I grew up playing sports, and my dad was, he was like, you play the game, and then after you get up, you shake the other person's hand, win or lose.
Yeah.
And that's it. And the game's over. And then you go play again.
Yeah.
And if you didn't win, if you didn't do things, then try harder next time, train more, do whatever better. Mm-hmm. And that was it. And I tell a lot of people, like, I didn't win Survivor the first time I played, the second, the third, took me 4 times.
Yeah.
But I never quit. I never gave up, and I kept trying. Luckily, like, the production had like the sense to have me back, or so I was able to have those other chances. But I think in life, a lot of people give up too easily.
Yeah.
Like they get kicked in the head once and they can't get up.
Yeah.
And if you want to be successful, you got to be tough.
Yeah.
You got to get comfortable with like not winning
Yeah.
all the time and still get something out of it. I remember Mark Burnett that started Survivor when we were in Marquesas before the game started. He gathered us all together and he said, you know, only one of you are going to win.
Yeah.
Only one person's going to win. He goes, the others, you're all going to lose. He goes, but if your eyes are open, there are gifts out here beyond the $1 million. And I don't know, that always stuck with me. And I kind of take that into all of these competitions and everything I do. Like it's a matter of how you see it. I wake up every day. This is ridiculous. You're like nobody should feel like this, but like, I'm telling you, like 2 days ago, I said this to Amber, I feel like I'm about to get lucky. Like I feel like some good shit is going to happen to me, which is crazy because it always does.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe like I'm just the chosen one, I guess. I don't know. But I feel that. And I feel like if you have that attitude versus like if you just think, oh, like, you know, all these bad things happen to me all the time.
Yeah.
It's how you see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think
I mean, look at yourself, bro. You built this in like, you know, 10 years from.
Yeah, it is a tough thing because I think in my life I've definitely, as much as on paper I've been able to just do a lot. I've had a lot of those moments where the doubt is just so overwhelming, and it almost feels like because I think I grew up in like a chaotic environment, so I think it almost became this weird, even though things were good, I had to like create that chaos in my mind because and in some ways I'm still attached to it.
Yeah.
In my mind where I'm like, oh, I need some degree of negativity to keep pushing me. And so at this point, now that I'm a parent, I'm realizing I can't do that. And this attitude you're describing is where I'm hoping to land because that's what I'm going to need to give him so that I don't want him doing what I'm doing, where he's creating that chaos in his mind, whether it's negativity or doubt or whatever. And I agree. Like I've had to kind of learn what you're describing, where I'm waking up in the morning and I'm having to actively tell myself a really good thing can happen today.
Yeah.
And you don't need the chaos to get there. Or you don't need to be negative to yourself to get there.
It's true.
And that's like the toughest thing I think I've had to train myself on, like just believing a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
and it works though. That's the thing. Like you think you're tricking yourself, but it works. I tell my kids every day, and I make them say it, and it's going to sound ridiculous. I am strong.
Yeah.
I am a champion.
Yeah.
I can do anything. Nobody can stop me. I'm a Mariano. I will always do my best. I'm not lying, dude. That's the mantra. I just said it to you.
Yeah.
That's the mantra. I say it to them, and
awesome.
they feel it. And I feel it, and it's like, but like the doubt, like I have doubt, everybody does.
Yeah.
You got to push that to the side.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid. Like fear is such a strong motivator. I said it like in Survivor a long time ago, like the Godfather stuff. Like it's so true, dude. But like, if you push past it on the other end of that fear, you realize how capable you are.
Yeah.
And that's really when you grow, is when you're afraid.
Yeah.
And most of the shit people worry about never friggin' happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It doesn't happen. And you play this game in your mind and you think it, just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Somebody says no. Okay. So what?
Yeah.
We're going to be okay. We're still moving on. We still have like lots of good things.
Yeah. No, I think, you know, just everybody, even listening or watching right now, I think it's like it's an encouraging thing because I think especially from you, because you're just a kid doing construction and you've been
I'm still a kid, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 50 this year. I feel like I'm 18.
Yeah.
Like I do, like, you know, and I think like you feel how you feel inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do it, dude. You're
Yeah.
a champ. I already know that.
Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you.
You got to know it.
Thank you. Yes.
You got to know it.
Yeah. No, you're I'm going to stamp this in my mind, you know. I when I take all my money and I go to the poker table, I'm like, Boston Rob told me I'm a champion, and I'm jamming all in. I'm jamming all in. No. I'm taking what you're saying to heart, 100%. But also, if you're listening to this and if you're having doubts, I want you to take this to heart too, because I genuinely feel that a lot of people are just, you know, we get so inundated with stuff and they feel this like brutal anxiety, and I think it's helpful to just, I don't know, even if you're listening to this, like hear people say it's going to be okay.
It is.
'Cause I don't feel that a lot of people get that often, you know?
You know, I feel like there's a lot of good in the world. It's wild. A long time ago, Amber and I did another show called The Amazing Race, and we went all around the world, and it's this race, a competition. But it was so wild in other countries where people didn't speak English. You could see the human spirit like so alive and so good, and people wanting to help each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's negativity and there's all kinds of bad stuff if you look for it, but you can't look for it. You have to look for the good.
Yeah.
I know now people like say like, oh, social media, it's so hard. Like, you know, like there was no social media when I started. Like the internet was brand new, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like there are haters out there and you have to learn to ignore it.
Yeah.
You can't talk to yourself bad. You have to talk to yourself good.
That's like the toughest thing, I think.
Yeah, but if you're not going to talk good to yourself, who else is?
Will. Yeah.
Right? You have to self-motivate.
I think of Burr talks about like he's touched on this. There's like a really glancing moment in his podcast, or I think it might have been an interview where
you talk about Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Do you know Bill Burr's from the same town in Boston where I'm from?
Did you guys ever?
I've never met him, though. I don't know. I knew like maybe one of his cousins or something.
Yeah.
But it's so funny you say that. Like I love his comedy.
Oh yeah. No, I figured you would appreciate this too. He basically was like, he's talking about coming up in stand up. And it's like a similar thing that you're describing, where he goes, you know, like I think he said something to the tune of like, I didn't believe in myself, but then, you know, one day I just looked in the mirror and, you know, someone's got to believe in the shit, and so it's got to be me. And then that was kind of it. Yeah. And he just very concisely talked about how if no one will believe in it, it can only come from you. You know, because no one will do it for you. So
it's amazing, dude, like what you can accomplish if you set your mind to it. I know it sounds like ridiculous, but it was like kind of what got me through some of the toughest times on Survivor, because it is hard. It was really hard. Yeah. Like you're not eating, you're in the rain, it's rained for 4 days in a row. And I would look around and I would be like, man, all these other people going through it, they're not crying about it. They're not complaining about it. Like, toughen up, dude. Like, you're not the only person going through it. There's no situation in the world, as tough as some situations are, that is entirely unique to one thing. There's someone else out there feeling it.
Yeah.
And they've been through it. My stomach's growling like crazy, dude.
We can't hear it. You hungry?
Starving. Too much talking about being on the island.
Oh my god, dude, we just zoned in. Yeah, you brought up the hunger ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, man, like I think I really I believe it, and I've seen it happen. Like there was a situation. I can remember a time when Amber and I were talking about buying a house, and we were talking about buying a house and renovating a house and, you know, having a rental house. And I always wanted to do it. And I talked about it forever. And I would always be like, oh my God, what if it has termites? What if the house, the roof is broken, this and that and everything else. And I found myself in a situation where at the time I wasn't working, I wasn't doing reality TV, I wasn't doing poker. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a chance. And she said, okay. And it was so scary. Yeah. It was like so hard. And I had a friend, and my friend's like, don't worry, dude, I'm going to help you. We're going to figure out this together. I'll help you renovate it. And I was like, okay. I pulled the trigger. I bought the house. And then all of a sudden I had to start renovating it. And I know about construction, but I like some intricacies like the electrical, the code, the roof. And my buddy that was supposed to be there for me to help me to do it, every time I called him, he wasn't there. Every time. And it was just me. And it was so weird. It like forced me to learn to deal with it and do it myself. And I took it one step at a time, one day at a time. Sometime I had to ask for help and call people to do different things. But at the end of it, I did it.
Yeah.
And I was able to do it. And now I don't fear it at all.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. I was like, why didn't I start doing this earlier? And now I have like 3 houses. Like, you know what I mean? But like, it's that first step. Taking that first step is the hardest, but it's really when you grow the most.
I mean, I guess we could cap it on this, but I feel the theme, I guess, in your gameplay as someone on Survivor or maybe in life, like you're very good, it seems, at looking at things incrementally, where you're kind of just like, I'll take this step today and I'll kind of, assess the situation now.
Yeah.
And you seem like you've developed a knack for like just looking at what's like right in front of you. You have like sensibility about the big picture.
You have to see the big picture. The number one skill set you can have in all of these games is adaptability.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to adapt.
Yeah.
You take a step, just like in a hand of poker. You take a step, you do something else might happen. It might be in your control. It might be out of your control. You have the self-awareness to know that you're in control of your action, and then you make the decision.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's impressive, man. I mean,
thanks,
dude. You just, I just think it's so, it's very cool, and I think like anyone can take a lot from your story. Where you look back and you're just a young guy that was like, hey man, I could do that, and that seems to be the attitude that's carried you through so much.
It is
in life.
It's like I don't know like what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know what the next show is or anything, but like something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if not, like I have skills that I can lean back on with poker, construction, everything else. So like. A little bit the unknown and not knowing is exciting for me.
Sure.
It's fun.
Yeah.
But some people are not built like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like some people are risk averse and they like it's all a perceived safety. Like there's no real safety, but like they have that perceived safety of like, I have my job, I'm going to my job, I'm going to work till Friday, I'm going to have the weekend off, I'm going to do what I want. I like the other way. I like not knowing.
You have no idea how much of this is speaking to me in different ways. So I appreciate this conversation on many levels.
Where do I send the invoice?
Yeah. Well, after I hand the keys to you after this recording, dude. Yeah.
Oh, dude. It's so much fun.
Man, we'll have to have you back so you can go into more detail about how you managed to keep 5 people pinned in a centralized area to not go looking for an immunity idol, which is...
Well, I'll tell you real quick, because it made sense for everybody else to do it. I positioned it in a way where it was in everybody else's best interest to rat on their friend if they told. That was it. I just said, look we're all in an alliance, and here's how it's going to work. Everybody has a buddy.
Yeah.
You're accountable for each other.
Yeah.
If any of you talk to the other people, we got to tell the whole group.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair to everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, we'll end it on this, and we'll say, first of all, thank you, dude, for doing this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say 2 things. One, if you haven't watched any Survivor, go watch Don Mariano handle business. Pick a season. It will be interesting. Watch the new season of Traitors. The man is good in any context. The second thing is, we couldn't wrangle it today, but I'm curious, have your daughters ever brought up the game Werewolf to you?
I've heard of they haven't, but I've played it.
Okay, so you've played
in the poker circles.
Okay, they played that?
Let me tell you something. The poker community is on top of things.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the hardcore poker community.
I would not have thought they would play a game like that.
Yeah, we played Werewolf.
Yeah, so like that's, they have like, so if you don't know, it's a game. It's kind of like Mafia, but like you play different characters, etc. I wanted to play a game today. No shot today. But this is my formal invite to have you back
Okay.
and we'll run a few games of Werewolf.
Yeah.
And we can see Boston Rob in real time.
No bluffing the seer.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's gonna be a monster, dude. Guys, go check out Boston Rob on anything. Dude, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, thank
Good
you,
chat.
man. Appreciate it.
Of course.
It's so fun.